I was going to. I was about to go in on whatever I was talking about.
Well, we were talking about negativity and
Oh yeah, I hate those people, dude. I hate. Let me be negative. The noodle story was crazy. That's just one that we experienced. I hate positive people. And that's my negative already talking. Here's the other thing. It's not that your positivity or like it's not gonna affect me the same way that you shouldn't let my negativity affect you. The people are always like, "Oh, come on, man, you're so negative." Yes, bitch. Yes, it sucks. I hate this. This is miserable. I fucking hate it here. I hate it here. I fucking hate it here.
that's okay. Make it
I
fun.
hate it here.
Make it nice.
No, it is fun and it's fine and it's manageable and it's life and I love my life and everything, but I fucking hate it here, bro.
Well,
I
if you
hate
love
it
it, then
here.
you don't hate it.
I do. I hate the fact that I have to wake up every day and go make money to facilitate my life that actually doesn't bring me any joy because it's waking up every day to go make money to facilitate my life that actually doesn't bring me any joy. Like, I don't get to do anything that I want. I hate that my special needs child gets put into like a systematic school where everything falls apart. I fucking hate it here. So fuck your optimism and your fucking bullshit. Let me be pessimistic. You're the same way people are like, oh yeah, if I put a positive spin on, what's that guy's name? What's the guy's name you sent me the YouTube video or whatever?
Um, Jason Wallen, I think.
Yeah, whatever. He's
Jason
like
Waller.
yeah, well, he's like a famous. He made millions. Blah blah blah. He's like, oh, you just got to put a positive spin. Fuck you. The same way you have to put a positive spin on everything, I got to put a negative spin on everything. Do you realize negativity is the only goddamn reason I'm alive? Because literally, when they were like, "Hey, we're gonna cut your brain open and drill holes in your skull and shit," I was just like, "Well, everybody dies at some point." And everybody just looked at me. I was like, "Zach, shut the fuck up." And I was like, "Hey, 27 years, long enough for me. Goddamn." They just looked at me. The only person that could literally like put a negative context on waking up. I woke up and I was like, damn it, dude, I gotta go to work again. I have to go back to working for my fuck, dude. And now I'm missing parts of my brain. Not actual brain, my skull.
Not really could have affected you anyway.
Yeah, it probably just unweighed me down a little bit. I try to look on the bright side, but sometimes people get mad at me when I'm negative because sometimes life is bullshit. Bro, when I was 12 years old, my dad made me understand something that I still, at 30 years old, about to be 31 years old, every day of my life have to tell myself. Do not drag me into your bullshit because you do not want me to drag you into my bullshit because you wouldn't last a fucking day here. And I don't want to last a fucking moment there. Don't drag me into your bullshit.
But you drag me into your bullshit.
When do I ever drag you into my bullshit?
Often, actually.
When?
And I never drop my bullshit on you. So.
Matt, do you want me to be your friend and not like go to the core of the root? Because I'll be the negative asshole that tells you what bullshit of yours you bring to me every day.
Sure, go for it.
Do you really want this? Bro, I love you. I don't want to do this.
I mean, if it's gonna make me realize something I'm doing wrong, then sure.
It's not just something you're doing wrong. We've had this talk, but it's like you have to do more than what you're doing about it, but it's still like a whole life change. Your baby
drugs
pisses me off. No, your baby mama pisses me off, bro. That your whole scenario with that is, bro, and it's not even bullshit that you bring to me. It's just like I can't help that. So it's one of those things of like, oh, I have this going on. Don't ever bring me that bullshit.
It doesn't really bother me anymore.
The same way I can't bring you work bullshit because you can't really help me with it, dude. You can't really help me with it. I can't.
Yeah, because you don't listen to me.
I'm not gonna listen to your bitch ass because you won't listen to yourself. Chat, what's up? Hi, hey, hello, welcome to it. You're not gonna listen to yourself.
I listen to myself all the time.
People's positivity. I can't stand it, bro.
I know you do, but see, like sometimes there's like an okay way to be negative, and then sometimes you're just kind of like caustic, and like you're not just trying to gas yourself out. You're like throwing gas canisters over there and dropping traps and trap initiated and just gassing it ever, and there's just. And then I'm over there like, I'm like, it could be okay.
What did I start this with? Don't drag me into your bullshit. I'm not gonna drag you into mine. So like, That is so close.
Whoa,
We're
hey,
that
hey,
close to
hey,
it and
hey, hey,
everything.
hey, 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 hey.
Get
Calm
the fuck
down, calm
away
down.
from
You're gonna start
me.
breaking stuff. Calm down.
Yeah, then I smack the shit out of them. Get the fuck away from me. Stay away from me then. That's another thing because people try to overstep their boundaries and they're like, oh, let me help you. Let me make you happy. Let me bring you up. If you don't get the fuck away from me, I'm gonna turn this bitch into Destio Mortos and fuck shit up. Like, you don't want to do that.
I'm just saying, like, if you say something to me about you not, having the best of days or something, if I care about you, then what else
Don't
do you
care
think?
about me. Fuck you. Keep your goddamn positivity to yourself. What you need to do is just be like, you know what, Zach? It's bullshit. Life sucks ass. IAB. It's all bullshit. None of it matters. We're all gonna die anyway.
Yeah, but
Because
then you just feed into that, and then it's just gonna make it worse.
it doesn't make it worse because that, for me, is the base understanding of life, and I'm just like, you're motherfucking right. And then I'll just get over myself. And then in that moment, I will just completely get over myself.
But that's not. That's exactly what you said that you didn't want to be, and that's exactly what you're doing to yourself. You're trying to resent somebody else that does that, and you're doing the exact same thing, and you're gonna face the same consequences from it.
My dad does not do that at all. No, no. My dad doesn't listen to you from the point he said something to where you said it. He doesn't give a fuck. He's already made up the decision in his head why he wants to do what he does.
That's what you do.
Yes. Shit. What?
Dude, because like I'll say something to you, and then you'll like go a totally different direction with it, and then I'll be like, no, not like that, like this, and then you'll be like, yeah, like this, and then you'll like ramble off something. I'm like, that's not what I said, and then you just keep on tearing into it. I'm like, well, they're getting a lesson out of this, so go ahead. But like whenever what we were talking about yesterday about the comparisons, that went a completely different way than it was supposed to go. But that's okay.
It was a good way.
But it's okay. It is.
It was a good way. Fuck
yeah.
your optimism. Keep it to yourself, man. Nobody gives a fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
We're all walking flesh sacks that are gonna die anyway. Somebody said it. Somebody had to say it. The only person that can turn waking up from death into a negative experience.
But I called you. I did call you on that earlier. I said I'm sure that happens a lot more than you would think.
I'm sure there's some people. Well, it depends on the scenario. Like I didn't do.
There's a lot of suicide attempts that don't be working, and
yeah,
those
that's what
people
I'm saying. It depends
be
on the
like.
scenario. So like, I was just trying to go to work and have a normal day. Like I didn't try to kill my. Like there's one thing if you're like, damn, I shot myself. Well, what do you mean I'm waking up? Like it's way different when I'm like, what's up?
Yeah, but I also think there's people that wish that
right?
they would get into a car accident because they don't have the guts to actually do it, so they like hope for something like that to happen.
I trade you at any point in time because I don't bet you survive. Like and I I got lucky as fuck, dude. Like I got so lucky. It's not about like oh you would make it. Like I'm stronger. No, I just got lucky. Hands down, got lucky.
That's what you want to call it. That's not what I call it.
What do you call it?
Unlucky. Because now I have to talk to you every day. Oh. No. Come back. Come back.
Fuck you, bitch.
I didn't mean it.
No, yeah, you meant every bit of it. Nobody gives a shit about you.
No, it's a good setup. It's a good setup.
Look, my negativity is about to just peek through. Fuck you.
I was already gone.
So where was the comparison thing supposed to go yesterday?
Huh?
Who actively compare? Do you actively compare where and who and what your life is to other people?
Oh, Will was.
No, not just Will. Do you do that in your daily life, like in a normal generalized statement?
When you think about it, yeah.
Dude, I've never motherfucking done that to anybody.
I had to think about it, like, because there's things that you don't realize, like you know, like whenever you say stuff, like whenever you're talking about things that you do on Twitch, but yet there's these people over here doing this and they're getting these views and this amount of money and this and that.
That has nothing to do with comparing what they're doing to what I'm doing. That has everything to do with understanding, hey, there's something in the algorithm I'm not doing. It's not about I'm comparing my success or anything to them. It's something about, okay, there's a system to this. There's an idealism behind the matrix, behind the ones and zeros, behind all of it works and
Yeah.
everything. So I just gotta find the system.
But you don't always go the smart route, because whenever you start getting pissed off, you just start saying wild shit. So you start saying other things.
When
Because you say that you have a straight point of view on something, but then you'll bounce around like 3 times, especially whenever you like get going and you're like, "Ah."
But the point of view is the exact same about the thing. It
But I'm
doesn't
saying
matter.
sometimes it changes. So I'm saying sometimes you
My
say
point
things
of view.
about, like, sometimes you say
No,
things about, like, well, I'm doing this and that, and these guys over here doing this dumb shit, and they're getting way more than, but you're still comparing yourself
it's
to
not.
them. But that's just one
But
example.
it's.
Like, it could be anything.
I think maybe I just need to phrase things differently then, because I don't ever want to come off with that context of what I'm trying. Because like I was saying to you earlier, like sometimes, bro, I address people and like as I say it, I'm like, why am I talking to this person like they're stupid? And normally it's probably a dumb question or a dumber question or
What did
like
I say? What did you say to me, and what did I
you said
reply?
something and it was like, oh, he's throwing. I was like, man, it's not like a reality show, you fucking idiot. Like fiction. Like I literally just talked to you like you were stupid, and I hate doing that, bro.
You were no,
And
it was the period. That was the main thing
Matt,
that got
yeah,
me.
bro, you're
Matt,
lucky because
period.
I
I was like,
remember I changed it. It was Matthew, and then I changed, and it was just like I said, like I don't know why I say stuff like that to people. Normally, if it's a dumb or like if you ask me a question and it's about like my job or my normal day to day life I do every day, I'm gonna
yeah.
respond to you like you're a fucking idiot because I have done that 1,000 times. I've literally done the action of what you're asking me how to do 1,000 times. So yeah, you're stupid. You don't know how to do that. But like that one I can almost understand. But like, dude, I respond to people like that all the time. And I almost think it's a deflective mechanism because
It's
I have
a.
no idea what the real answer is.
Well, I think just like that's a lot of the struggles that a lot of people have. Like especially like whenever I don't know, maybe somebody they look up to, they like meet them or whatever, and they're expecting some type of like, humbling story or whatever, but that person has been doing that for so long and have been an idol to so many people that they forget what it's all about. So then they
Get to be and
yeah,
I
so then
know
they
it's not
start
like
to not be like as upsetting, or they've done it a million times, so they're just tired of it. They don't want to do it anymore. I think that's what it is. I think anytime you do a certain craft so much, I think especially if you're burnt out on it as it is, you definitely don't want to have to try to explain the basics to someone who doesn't know what you're talking about.
and I don't want to be the guy that's always like, oh my dad, but like, dude, my dad does that because he is smart about a lot of things. But not just my dad, but there's other people that like in my like my wrestling coach. I'd be like, hey, when we're doing this, this and that, he'd be like, dude, I told you like 6 times you do back shot and go to what and then bang. And I'm just like, Watch, you've done that move 43,000 times in your wrestling career. I'm a year in, like, I'm asking where my hands go. Now I can do the shit blindfolded. Trust me. Like, when somebody asks me the same question, I'm like, no, stupid. And I literally do the motion because I've learned the motion. So it wasn't just my dad. It was so many other people in my life who I looked up to, how I did respect and stuff. And it's not that they're all disrespectful, because even my dad's not disrespectful. But like you said, like, once you've done something, 15,000 times. When somebody else asks you how to do it, you literally just look at them and with the response of like, dude, done. And you're just like, that didn't fucking answer my question at all. Like that didn't tell me how to do it. I need you to actually explain the like how to do this part and everything.
Like when we play video games with people that are new to the
Yes,
games.
and dude, my wife is like that, and she's like, "How? What do you mean, just here? What do you mean?" And I'm like yelling at her to do 6 things at the same time, which take me a lot to fucking get my fingers doing all of them at the same time. Like you'll see me struggle, like in the fight, trying to bat and fucking shoot
Yeah.
somebody, play behind the shield, and like I'm yelling at somebody else to do it, and I carry that over into my daily life because unless it's a common ground where I had no understanding or no knowledge of really what I'm doing, kind of thing, I kind of carry that ego into everything I do. And having a special needs child, one of the coolest things that I've learned so far is how to not have an ego because nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares about your ego, dog. Nobody cares if you're prideful. Nobody cares if you're hateful, like we were talking about, pessimistic to optimistic. Nobody gives a shit about that. Like nobody truly cares. It's all about how you treat people. And there's sometimes I think I come off as such a dick, and I truly don't mean to, bro. I truly, honest to God, don't mean to. No, I mean you could second that. Everybody in the chat, whatever. But like, there are some times that I like respond to
too.
people, and even I'm like, hey, Fuck me. I apologize. I did not mean to. And I don't know if it's a comedian in me too, because I'm always trying to make jokes about something. So like, if you come off stupid, I'm gonna play on your stupid. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is. Like I always try to look for the comedy in a scenario, but like there are some times, man, where people say something to me and I respond like a dickhead. And like I get him 6'2", 6'3". Like I get him a very tall human being, but I'm not a very big dude. And I talk shit to big ass people sometimes, and they just look
Like
at me, and
me.
I'm just like, man, I'll beat the shit out of you.
No, you would.
This is the same conversation exactly like me and Jason had. One, I would beat Jason in a race, and two, I'm gonna armbar the shit out of you.
I would beat you in a race too.
Because you got a little neck. You got some good arm size and shit now, but you got a little neck. So
That's
I'm
not
gonna
what he
squeeze all
said.
that shit together. What? Buffer back, rewind. That's not what who said. What did he say about your neck? Oh.
No. You know,
No.
Daddy Longneck?
No.
You know who that is?
Yeah, but that's you have a little neck, dog. Triangle choking you. You do. You got a little neck. Yeah. No. What? Yeah. I'm beating Jason in a race. And I'm triangle choking you out.
You couldn't beat me in a race though. You know you couldn't beat me in a race.
In your Tahoe?
Oh, I thought you meant like I thought you meant running.
Race?
I thought you meant running. I'm beating you running.
No, you're not, dog.
Bro, I'm beating you running.
5'10".
I'm beating you running. I'm beating you running.
Are we 40-yarding it? Dude,
bro, you don't think I played enough sports to adapt my running style?
I'm killing
I'm a gazelle.
You don't think that I have done enough illegal shit that 40 yards is about my maximum that I need to be able to cover in a very short amount of time?
And I'll be able to run further than you too because I actually, take care of my body a little bit.
Ouch. What are you saying I don't?
I've been trying to I want to motivate. Have you been working out? Like doing like your at-home stuff?
No.
Oh, why not? Is that 10 more push-ups? 10 more push-ups.
I'm not doing push-ups. I'm not having this with you. I'm fucking negative, remember? Fuck your positivity.
Like I want to be happy so bad. And just nobody around me wants me to be happy.
Why?
Man, it feels good to be happy.
Dude, here's the other thing. It's
feels
the
good.
Same.
Warm. Like feels so cold all the time.
It's a fake ass emotion. It's like trying to convince yourself that the ship isn't sinking when you can see the water on your feet.
Yeah, but why not just enjoy it as much as I can while I'm here? Like, why not? I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. You don't know what's gonna happen. You might as well just enjoy it while we're here. We don't have to suffer. Nobody said you have to suffer.
I'm not living in that bliss, dude. That's for my kid. My kid got that blessing and not me. I have to see the shit. I have to see every bit of the shit.
Okay, you can see it, but that doesn't mean it has to stop there.
It doesn't stop there.
You're supposed to strive for like something greater.
I am striving for greater. Why are we here? Why am I sitting here? Why am I trying?
Well, I don't know if you still want to be depressed after it's all said and done. Then I don't.
It's not about being depressed. It's about understanding the gravity and the reality of the situation.
You can understand. You can understand it and still look for the good in something. Not everything is all cons. There's pros to situations too.
No, but the cons are the only thing that's gonna set me back. So that's the only thing I give a fuck about. That's where I think people get it fucked up. It's not about focusing on the good things because the good things aren't good. Yes, they're good, but the cons are the problems. The cons are the things that are gonna stop me. The cons are the things that are gonna get in the way and convolute the happiness. So if I don't get rid of the cons, the happiness isn't gonna matter.
Okay, but you can get rid of. You can get
happiness. It's for my kid. It's for your kid. It's for the next generation.
That's not true.
The fuck it is. Yes, it is, bro.
Just because you have a kid doesn't mean you lose your person. Like just because you had a kid doesn't mean you died.
No, but my purpose in this life now, at the top point of everything, is to make sure that he has a good life. And I've had a good life. I'm not saying I'm dead. I'm just saying that like
you've had a good life.
Yeah, I have.
Now.
No, dude, there are kids that are born into hell. That are abused from the time they're born.
Okay.
Like they started. No, that's
that's
what I'm saying. No, there are kids that don't have food.
Yeah, but you were still abused. You can't say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't
But
say that
my
one.
life compared to theirs
Okay,
is
and
so
there you go
comparatively
comparing
better.
people again. You're comparing again.
I'm not using it in a bad sense of the comparison. I'm using it as in like, hey, if you want to compare, I won.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. We're not
Uh,
comparing. We're talking about you. We're not
exactly.
comparing it to other
So
people.
I'm not worried about like what has happened to get to this point because I got to this point and I owe that to nobody but my goddamn self. Like I owe that to nobody but myself. So like what I was given as my starting blocks sucked, but they were still better than a lot of other people. So like I'm not gonna sit here and complain about that. And I'm
I'm
not gonna
saying you have to
revel in
complain
like,
about it,
oh,
but it's
I'm
still
happy.
facts.
But oh, I'm happy, like oh, my life is good and this and that. Yeah, but there's still things that are gonna try to stop that and take that away. So I need to get those things the fuck out of my way too.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
I'm
about the
saying you can
pros
have
and the
both though. It
cons.
doesn't just have to be one or the other.
I have to have both. If I don't have both, bro, why am I sitting here talking to you? Why do I come home every night to see my wife and my kid? Why do I sit down to eat dinner? Why do I enjoy the pleasantries of life? It's just not that, it's the fact that I'm not going to revel in them and get stuck there. Because when I get stuck there, I get complacent there. And it's the exact same idealism as being on drugs as being off the drugs. Like if I let the happiness and like, man, my life's good. Oh, my life's so good. My life's so good. I want my kid to be able to fucking retire before he ever has to understand what a job looks like.
Are you happy?
That's when my shit's good. Yeah, dude. Yeah, but I'm not satisfied. And I think those things go so hand in hand that like I am happy with what my life has become. I'm happy with the person I married. I am happy with the child that I have. I am happy that I have a roof over my head. Do I want this to be my end goal house? No, but I'm happy that I have something because there was times when I didn't have anything. There were literally times where I couldn't be mad that my laundry wasn't done because I didn't have laundry to do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm happy I got laundry issues. I'm happy, fuck, I gotta put gas in the car before I take my kid to school in the morning, which I gotta drive to the other side of the city to take him to a fucking private school that's rich kidville and this and that, but he deserves to go there.
Okay.
I'll bust my ass so he can go
Now
there.
listen to me. I'm glad you grabbed onto the leash there and let me walk you down that little path right there. Because you never like truly talk about the things that make you happy and what you're thankful for. Because where you said that you go so much on negativity, you usually only talk about the you really focus in on like the negative aspects, but it's really nice to hear you talk about like just the things that you're grateful for and thankful for. Nice to hear.
Matt, I love you, dude. I love you as a
Ew,
co-host
shut the
and a
fuck
best
up.
friend to have and everything. Like I
Okay.
love my dog because he's a fucking giant idiot that pushes me to like keep my house clean and clean up after him
But
and
you don't want
stuff
to
like
have them for
that. Like,
35 years?
but I don't want to have him for 35 years, dude. I truly don't. Like, I love my job, and it's the biggest pain in the ass I've ever had. But like, sitting on my golf cart, rocking out, fucking listening to my music and stuff, and people honking at me as they drive by because they know, hey, Zach, what's up, man? Like, they know me. People walk into my store, and there's not a motherfucking person one in any goddamn building of mine that I can't tell you exactly who it is when they walk in. I can't.
What's that
And
crackhead's
they
name?
appreciate that. Darren?
Darren.
You always got a Darren, bro. You always got a Darren.
Darren.
But I
Oh,
mean,
hi, chat.
it's like I'm happy for the life that I have, but I am not satisfied. I'm happy that like I said, like I am happy that I didn't die, but I also turned it into a negative, like, oh, I gotta go back to work. So like the thing isn't that I'm I'm unhappy. It's that I'm not satisfied. I'm
Yeah.
not satisfied my wife has to get up and go to work every day. I'm not satisfied that I'd only get 20 active hours with my son a week. That sucks, dude.
If
That
you
sucks.
if you did make like enough money from this, I mean, I'm sure chat would definitely love to stay home and everything, but is there any part of chat that would like still want to work?
She would want to dive into this and to facilitate all the avenues that we've talked about that I just can't. Like, dude, she would love to make t-shirt designs and like the stupid phrases that we say and stuff like that. And also like a big thing is like I want this for the exposure for 1P. Like I want 1P to be a known fucking genetic disease, a
We
genetic deletion that we talk about.
we were supposed to go into the Streamlab things and look at that together, and we never did.
Yeah, and we never did. And that's the thing, like chat, she has it's not a cricket, it's the good one, the cameo. She has the good
Yeah.
printer, like can make shirts and everything, and is like love to do it. But like, if I could facilitate my life, like if I could pay off all my cars, like both of my cars in my house tomorrow, and put 50K in my bank for the year, and she could step back and I could step back and everything, dude, it wouldn't a heartbeat. But it's also just facilitating it. So that's where I'm happy, but I'm not satisfied because I can't do that yet. Chat deserves that. Chat has no problem working. Like she,
Yeah, I was gonna
honestly
say,
would rather work.
that's what I was thinking. Is that
She would rather work. I mean, she's just that person. Like she comes from two parents that are very service oriented. Like she would rather work and everything. But like if Chat could take a different job to where she was available more, she would love that too. Still do something. Still have a responsibility to like whatever entity she worked for, but then have a lot of giddy time.
yeah? But then she'd also have a lot of you time.
Not really. Not if I'm sitting here doing this. Not if this is the main focus of what we're doing. Not if me sitting behind this microphone is what it is. Whether it's the comedy or the podcast, whatever it is, if I can sit here and do this continually and successfully, not really. I'd be in here 8 hours a day. You know that. We'd be sitting here after doing this, clipping, making context, like putting things together, like figuring shit out. If we could both sit here and do this, tell me you wouldn't love that. Tell me you wouldn't love to be able to send Tala Joe to daycare for 8 hours a fucking day, paid for weekly, no problem. Because then you can get off. It's like having an 8 to 5. It's like a job. Then you can get off. You're like, all right.
Yeah, but when you
I'll
say
see
it like that, it
tomorrow.
sounds disgusting.
It doesn't.
She called me again tonight and was crying,
Yeah.
screaming for me, dude.
Yeah,
I was like,
brother, my heart. My heart for you. That sucks, dude. I couldn't even imagine.
She goes, I want to come to your house and Mama's house and Papa's house and Lauren's house and oh, dude. Dude, it was rough. And she goes, can you turn the light on so I can see you when you say goodnight to me? I was like, oh, it's like you're killing my soul.
Tell me you wouldn't do that. Or, I mean, facilitate to where you're not there. You have your own little house and stuff like that. We can get you a tiny home, 900 square feet. You can get a living room or a little game room, something. You can sit there and fucking do this as a job. And Tala's right there. Dude, that'd be the end goal.
I have been thinking about, like, I don't know.
I've been looking at tiny houses for you too.
I just don't. It's like everything's so hard for me to think of right now, and I just keep thinking like in a couple years, all these things will be so much more like achievable.
They won't. Not until you actually. Here's the thing. The chat's got me doing a lot lately. Like I was talking about with like writing this show. She said, start writing it down. Start taking it out of here so it's not just jumbled up in the fucking blender and stuff. You know what I mean? And put it somewhere so it's out of your head. And dude, that has helped immensely lately. That has helped so much. Just like writing out the scene that I'm thinking of, or writing out this like set, this little 5 minutes in my head, or recording it on my phone because I'm sitting there, you know, like talking it out.
Let me find my booklet.
Yeah, do whatever you need. I'm gonna go grab a drink too, chat. We're gonna take a 2-minute break.
Boom, 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 boom. IntelliJoe art. This book ended up getting soaking wet, so the freaking pages are.
I was trying to see if the Lions were winning or losing.
My IntelliJoe art.
Oh, IntelliJoe.
But no. So before they expelled me, I got this book from Indiana Wesleyan University.
Is that a story? You want to talk about why they expelled you?
Not really. It was kind of some bullshit. But anyways, I got this notebook
I
out of
gotta
it.
type it, bro. I can't write. Like my handwriting is so bad, especially after like the brain injury, and before that it was terrible. So like, it's just so much to actually physically write it out. I would rather just type it. Or like I said, when I do like my little comedy sets, I try to time it at 5 minutes anyway. So I
Well,
try to just
here's my
record
thing.
it.
So every time I'm like, well, let me type it. I'm like, oh, but I gotta download that software first.
No, I just type it on my phone. I do a lot of shit on notes.
Well,
Do a lot of shit in
mine
notes.
every time I try to type something, it's like iCloud storage full, and it just drives me insane.
Just spend the 99 cents, bro. You
I was
ain't
about to
got
show you my
99 cents.
I was about to show you my bank account.
What was it, like -$2?
No, it's dead even. I'm just
Zero,
broke.
zero, zero, zero,
Yep.
all the way across the
Yep.
board. No way.
Yep.
I want to send you like $1, so at least it could be like $1 positive.
I have $1 that I'll always keeps that I got from a friend
Yeah, this
when I was
man.
18. He gave
We
me
do get a
$1,
payout.
and
We
he
do
said
get a
no
payout this
matter
month.
what happens, you always
this
keep this
dollar.
$1, and you'll never be broke. So I've
I have a
always had
20
that
like
$1.
that. I have a 20, and my grandpa was
It's
like, "Don't tell us till, don't spend this till I tell you to." And here we are, 21 years later, and he's never told me to spend it. So I'm waiting for Papa to call me and be like, "Hey, that 20, go ahead and spend it, dog." And like, you were talking, I've done drugs. I've been a drug addict since then. I still have that $20. Like, it's an ugly old $20.
it
That feet pig. You should just sell feet pigs.
You know what the best part about that $1 is? His daughter took it out of his wallet, colored on it with like pink and blue and yellow, gave it to a boy at school that she liked. The teacher took it, called the guy in to the school. She gave him his $1 back, and then he came to work that day and gave it to me.
That he was never meant to have that $1.
So there's
He was
a
never meant to have that $1.
so there's a story behind it as well. He goes, "Here, my daughter drew on this. Here, man, you can have it." I love LeVar, man. LeVar was so cool. He was the one I told you about that was a tanker in the army.
That boys are built different.
And got done real dirty by the by the VA and everything, and his back's all fucked up. And
yeah, them boys are built different, and tanker dudes are built different.
I've
been hearing a lot of horror stories about the VA, like in my store lately, and like opposite side stories too, though.
Yeah.
So like I never know whose side to take. Like, and I have to personally deal with them when they like reach out to me about a certain person's unit and stuff. Like if they're gonna pay for it, or like there was one that was deceased and they wanted to get it to his relatives, and like they handle all of that, especially if they like moved him in and stuff, and it was through the foundation. But like they're kind of assholes when they call, dude. They're kind of assholes when they call, and not that, like, it's always that kind of thing. And it's just like, not to be that guy, but they treat these dudes like numbers. And like, even to me, I got 436 of them, and I know every single one of their names, dude. Normally first and last, or like a nickname that they have that they get called, that they like told me like, oh, it's this. Like, that's what I call most of them. Like, even I know their fucking names, dude. I know their fucking names better than the VA does, and sometimes that's really shitty. Or like, I have two of them that are like trust foundations that their parents like set up, and like they're both in their 30s, and they call and they're just like, "Yeah, we're trying to make a 6-month stipend payment on that." I'm just like, "What's the?" And they're just like, "We do this every." And I'm just like, "Hey, asshole! Like I have to ask the questions so that like I can do my side correctly." And people are really, dude. Anytime it's like someone's paying for somebody else's shit, they're really shitty about it. And I just want to look at them like, "Hey, it's not even your money, asshole." Like, it's not even your money. You're just the entity part of the thing, too. The employees don't have old man patience. You know how different that is. And that's the thing. Like, if the old men that were on the VA worked at the VA, that bitch would run like a fucking dream. Slow, but it would run like a fucking dream.
Well, it's already slow, so.
I mean, it would run the same speed, but it would run like a motherfucking charm, dude. It would run because they know what you're asking. They know what you're. They would look at you and be like, "All right, so what's the deal?" No, what the paperwork says. What's the deal? Been drinking? Old lady kick you out again? All right, so we need a little stipend for this and that. Maybe get you a place. You gotta stay off the alcohol. You know, they're gonna be testing. All right, report it here, you know. And cool, awesome. Square them away because they would know. They would know. I mean, they know exactly what the fuck you're going through, those VA guys. These ladies that got a fucking associate's degree, like bachelor's degree, and like HR and administration and stuff, they have no fucking idea why these guys, like, these dudes protected our country. And like, I don't want to be like, oh, every single one of them has PTSD, but a lot of them have seen some shit.
Yeah.
Even if it was one time they saw some shit or like an overview, like I got plenty of old heads at my store that tell me fucking horror stories.
And not
From Mogadishu to Baccarat to motherfucking whatever they did in Armenia. Like, dude, they tell me shit. And I'm just like, wow. They're like, yeah, 84 was a wild time. And I'm just like, I guess. Jesus Christ. Like, you did what? And they're like, yeah, we had to beat them to death with their own guns. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Dude, they tell me some stuff.
And not even that, but also just the fact of just the wear and tear that's also on their bodies. To like, even just the training itself is gonna wear your body down.
I got one old man. He used to be a parajumper, and he's a wild, crazy son of a bitch. And you wouldn't know it looking at him now because he's definitely dabbled in the meth and everything. But he is like seen some shit. And he told me just the other day.
But his knees are busted.
Yeah, and that's why he started the painkillers, and the meth was cheaper in the streets and stuff. And now the VA really takes care of him, and he's getting his teeth fixed and everything. And like, shout out, old man. Like, I'm happy for him. Like, I really am, because he was falling apart there for a minute. But this dude looked me dead in the face. He's like, I've been to 17 countries, jumped into 13 of them, and I was just like jumped from. He's like, I jumped from somewhere in the air, probably in another country, into this country. And I was just like, dude, what's that like? And he's like, you ever hit the ground or like been riding a motorcycle or a bike or something and hit the ground with that boat where you roll and you want to like just stop and sit there and be like, God damn. He's like, now imagine that with gunfire coming at you. What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Yeah, I was just like, what do you do? And he's like, well, you try to find a rock or a tree.
You try to find a rock.
Hit the ground and you try to run to that thing. And he's like, no bullshit. That's what they call it. They call it spotting land. And I was just like, no way. And he's like, yep. Just dead face, everything. Smoking this 24/7, just riffing this bitch, just telling me like, oh yeah, man, 84, we were jumping into Baccarat and they had us coming down off the Armenian line and this. And I was just like, dude, in my head trying to geographically like figure out where the fuck. I'm like, Baccarat, dude, I've heard that name. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh yeah, we're up in Yemen, and then I'm like, no, where the fuck
it's like, wasn't that a Call of Duty map?
Yeah, I was literally in my head like Call of Duty. That's all I remember. It was the one that had the big turbo.
Yeah, dude, just imagine in Warzone, you're about to land, dude. You land, you have to look for a building for cover.
Yeah, dude. Like, that guy's got a pistol, you just start running. That's exactly, yeah, like, these guys tell me some stories sometimes, dude, and I'm like, what the fuck?
And then you're like, don't bring me in on your bullshit.
What the fuck? No, honestly, I'm just like, what's going on? What?
What?
We have hard dropped frames.
Oh, heck yeah.
I wonder if it got choppy.
Mine's actually been freaking.
Oh man, and that was wild because we had like 5 viewers, and then it just dropped to 1 and said they were choppy. My bad, chat.
Looks okay. I don't have the audio on, but
Yeah, no, it looks good on my side. I don't know, chat. It said we had dropped frames. It said everything was acting a little wild. My bad. And it says, do we have them again? Drop frames detected. 21 dropped over the last 2 minutes. What do you mean? I don't know. We're going. We're rolling. Yeah, but these old dudes tell me stories about like the military and stuff. And then I got one guy. He was in not like the army or anything. He was in the Peace Corps. So they went. He did a lot of shit in the 80s and stuff about like trying to bring running water to countries and like religion and like foundational like idealisms and stuff, like going to school, like going to church, like shoes and clothing and stuff like that. That's what he did. He was like, dude, I have seen some of the craziest shit that you will ever. He was like, dude, I've done. You know what cat is? And I was like, what are you talking? No, like what the fuck is cat? Like, what is that? And he's
thanks,
like,
chat.
So it's a plant in Africa. It's normally in like the Mogadishu, Somalian region and stuff like that, up in like the Kenya area and stuff. He said they chew on it. And it basically like numbs your face and like numbs you from the inside, like out. It's like painkillers, but instead of ingesting it, you like chew on it. Dude, he was like, that shit fucks you up. That will ruin your brain kind of thing. And I'm like,
Done like cocaine and the
Dude,
gums.
dude, that will fuck you up. And he said they literally will go out and go to these fields where it just grows and chop off a limb and just sit there and just chew on it for hours. Just be like,
Sounds kind of nice, honestly.
dude, why? Like, he was
I don't
telling me
know,
that
like not on a pencil.
like
I had a
the
short
guys
phase of
would
that.
oh stop, that's wild. The guys would like go over there and like try to find an African wife. Like the guys in the Peace Corps and stuff, they would like try to find like an Ethiopian wife or a Madagascaran wife and stuff, and like bring
Ooh.
her back and all that because not that the Peace Corps paid them, but like since they did like a mission, they got paid from the Peace Corps. Like somehow they ended up getting paid for it and stuff. And then if you brought people back, he was telling me that like they paid for their visa and everything, and I was just like, what? What?
They brought it
He's
back
like,
and then just
80s
divorced
were
them.
different. Yeah, he was like, 80s were different, all that's changed. And I was like, is the Peace Corps still a thing? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, no, the fuck it's not. No, the fuck it's not.
Is
There's
it?
no way the Peace Corps is still a thing. He said yes, bro.
I mean, look.
So I'm watching this. It fucking says that we're dropping again.
The Peace Corps apply today.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, it's still a thing. And I was like, I've never heard, like, I'm like, nobody's like, hey, dude, you want to
Oh.
join the Peace Corps?
It says, as of the beginning of February 23, volunteers have now returned for training and service in 47 countries around the globe, including the new program launched in Vietnam.
Dude, that's the wildest thing ever. Like, who the fuck? Like, I didn't know the Peace Corps was still a thing. Like, honest to God, when people like back in the day would say something about the Peace Corps, I'm like, there's no Peace Corps. I didn't realize, like, I didn't know growing up that it was a real thing.
I thought it was just a thing in like
I didn't
TV
realize,
shows.
yeah, bro, right? Like, I thought it was a movie thing. I thought it was like making fun of the army in movies
I didn't
and
think it was
stuff.
making
Not to
fun
be
of.
a
I thought it
dick.
was like have you ever seen the Hunger Games?
Yeah, so I guess making fun of is the wrong word. I thought it was the same as like, oh, we're gonna be a fictional movie. This is the fictional army, the Peace Corps. Like,
I think of them like the like I said, like the Hunger Games, like the militia that kind of like goes around and fights all the districts.
yeah,
The guards that are present at the ceremonies, I think of them as the Peace Corps because they're there to keep peace. That's what I always thought. That was what my thought process always was. So I saw
dude,
them kind of like I thought it was supposed to be kind of like people that tried to keep peace. I didn't know they were necessarily people that went to other places and tried to spread whatever contraband and devil worship and
devil worship.
drugs. That's probably how the CIA got drugs to other countries was by the Peace Corps, and it was all just a hoax.
It was all just a hoax.
Yeah, it's just a way
I
for
just
the
didn't.
government to smuggle
Okay,
drugs.
so like I said, when people were like, "Oh, the Peace Corps," I just didn't think it was a real thing. And no, this guy was telling me, yeah, he was like, "Yeah, we went over to Africa in the '80s. They went over to like, fuck, I always fuck up what that country's name is, Algeria, Algiers, something like that." He was telling me they went over there. They saw a bunch of stuff in Morocco.
Morocco. I watched a you know who Harry Mack is? Freestyle guy.
Yeah, give me 3 words.
Yeah.
I love Harry.
Yeah, so he was on Omega one time with and one of the people were from Morocco, and they were talking about how the culture of the people has become so great, like they're so nice to each other because they all know how scary and terrible their government is, that it actually unites them as people because they have to stand together to be able to protect themselves.
Shout out Morocco.
So like
Doing better than us.
ever since I heard, like, even though that's just one guy saying some stuff, as soon as I heard that, it just kind of always gave me like since then I've just kind of had like some kind of respect in the back of my
Hope for
mind for
Morocco.
Morocco. Yeah, I just always thought that was kind of cool.
Dude is still saying I'm dropping frames, and I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah, mine does that sometimes, but right now mine's just... Did you update Streamlabs?
No, that's probably what the problem
Whenever I
is.
loaded mine up, like right before we started, I had to update.
Probably exactly what it is.
Yeah,
then.
that's probably it.
I'm checking my internet right now. Just to double check and be sure, chat. But oh, did you freeze? Oh, okay. Don't do that.
You froze.
Do I still froze?
No, but you did.
And then like not even to be the bougie guy, I pull a speed test and I'm getting a gig. I'm getting a gig because that's
Like I
literally
said,
all
it
I
might
paid
just be
for.
the update. That's probably all it is. It's probably not the internet. It's probably just the update.
It was like check your internet, and I just want to look at Streamlabs and be like, check yourself,
Like-
bitch.
like
check
did-
yourself before you wreck yourself.
Like, did you leave Streamlabs open, or did you just now open it whenever we sat down?
I just now opened it.
Oh, because I just now opened it, and it was like, would you like to allow this to make changes? I was like, sure.
I didn't
then
see one. So
I didn't know if it was like an auto thing or if it was just because I was like just launching it.
Normally it's an auto thing. Fuck, dude, I need vape juice.
Wow, you're just falling
Dude,
apart.
falling
at the
apart.
seams
I'm
right
on
now.
a drinks. This is my last Kool-Aid jammer. I don't have anything. I get paid tomorrow. I'm broke.
I gotta drink a
Bro,
Monster
you think
and
you're
a
the only one
Powerade.
with single digits in your fucking bank account?
I got this cartridge with only that much left in it.
I'm broke. We do get a Twitch payout this month. If anybody wants to add to that, all subs go to Matt.
Say
He'll
that.
show his titties. He'll show his titties for gifted biddies.
That quick.
We
That
need
quick.
to get Ollie because you know Ollie's gonna come in here and be mad. Now we're at 22% frames. Okay.
He's been missing, bro.
Chat. Bro, I think I should restart. No, because then there's gonna be a whole update. It's gonna take me a minute and everything. Just as I'm skipping it, it's getting higher and higher. Now it's 23 frames. 23%. I still want the video to be choppy on record.
Damn heat.
I know. I don't know what to do. Stuck in a...
And I'll have
Rock
to
and
edit
hard
it because I'll
place.
have to take multiple ones and
Yeah.
place them together.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What
Well,
to
I
do.
won't actually because I'll still be here
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah,
I'll just keep YouTube
on
going.
YouTube, it'll be fine.
Boop, 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 boop.
Just gonna cut me out. That's fine. Wow. You look so beautiful. Is it? It's not running choppy because on my side it keeps giving me dings and like flashing me and telling me that like the frames are off and everything. So like if it doesn't look choppy on your side, I'm not gonna restart it. I'll just restart and update as soon as we end pod. But
This
like I
looks
said, I
strange.
just don't want the videos. See, chat. Here's the other thing.
I don't know. That looks
And
weird.
I don't ever want to be one of those people that's like, oh, speak shit into existence, because I don't know if I truly even believe in that. But I want to say that this one day will be me and Matt sitting at a table together. And at that time, this won't be as difficult. Like, it won't be as difficult. One day when we can get to that point, dude, like, I would love for that to be the context of the pod. I would love to be able to go over there and choke him the fuck out when he says some dumb shit. Would love to.
You know
Heathen
what
Clubhouse, that sounds very, very factual.
I've been thinking about? Setting up a futon, using my Twitch payout to get like a tiny little microphone, and setting up my camera to where I can actually like
Sit on your futon.
make it, yeah, like kind of look a little fancy, you know.
A little fancy. One day, brother, the hope is that we can do this in the same room.
As long as you don't touch me.
Your child. Huh?
What?
I'm gonna touch the shit out of you. Aggressively.
I've already had
Probably be
one.
plenty of times where I'm like throwing these down and then it cuts to your camera and me just jumping on you and choking the life out of you.
I've already had one ex-brother-in-law touch me. I don't need a second one.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna touch you all the way. But I'm like X'd out enough. Hold on. You can't say you can't say that.
That was some out-of-pocket shit.
Hold on. He said, I've already had one ex-brother-in-law touch me. But I paid you before I touched you, bitch. It's like prostitution.
Yeah, that makes it so much better.
I mean, at least you got paid for your services.
That's gonna make my therapist's job so much easier. I'm gonna have to use
Buy
that
some
money to pay for a
Prelude.
therapist.
Buy you some Prelude. Be alright, baby. Be alright.
Yeah, until I go to poop and it comes in my belly button. That was. I'm not gonna hit that thing anymore. I gotta stop.
Oh my god.
Look, bro, I've been around a lot of negativity lately, and this is what the negativity does to me. I don't need it, dog.
I love it, bro.
I don't.
I love
No, dude, I don't need it. I don't
Oh
need it.
my
I
god,
don't
bro.
need it.
There'll be a day at one point on the YouTube or short where I'll pull it up and be like, "This is the day Matt gets his revenge," and I'll just cut to you and just get to knock him the fuck out.
Well, vice versa, I get one on you too.
I guess so.
I'm gonna punch you in your kneecap though.
I was gonna say because I never did anything, so it would have to be like a liver shot or something. Like you get like one straight kick to the ankle, and I'm just like, my ankle, never get to play.
I'm gonna hit you with a Joe Rogan leg kick.
Yeah, bro.
And
like,
send you off into the stratosphere.
bendy. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess you get what. Here's the other thing.
I have been saying though that one of my goals, if I ever get like a little bit of like extra money, one of my main goals is there's a, you know where Sam's is?
Yep.
There's a gym back over behind there, and they have a Muay Thai class.
Ooh, go, dude! Me and Anna were doing kickboxing right before I got in my car wreck and stuff, and
Yeah.
she loved it. We loved it. We loved like they taught a lot of the basics and fundamentals for like her and the other group and stuff. But the instructor I had would like pull me to the side and be like, "All right, bro, we're gonna work on this," and teach me like some gnarly little combos, and I was just like, "Yeah."
Now listen.
Yeah.
I know how this is gonna sound, but to be quite frank, I really don't give a fuck. The places that give out like the fake black belts,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like it takes them like a year to earn one instead of like, you know, 20
The
years
5
or whatever,
years it takes,
or whatever.
Yeah, like literally earn a black belt. In
Yeah.
Once. Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
if I have a black belt, I am calling myself a black belt. I don't care.
It took me a year.
Yeah.
It took me 17 years to get a black belt.
Don't care.
I did it in a year down at this place, dog. You should.
Yeah, you should have went there, man. You would have saved yourself so much time.
Bro, like I can whoop your ass. I have a black belt the same way, and then they just fold you up. Like that's exactly how that happens.
But that's why. But that's why I'm not actually gonna. I'll be like, oh, sorry, I gotta go pick my kid up. Like,
yeah.
Nah, I'm ducking him.
I have a black belt, bro. Like,
I have a black belt.
I keep it in the back window so people see it. Like people are aware.
My sensei taught me not to fight people for pride.
He taught me the outlaw will have mercy. The warrior has mercy on the forgiven civilian.
Dude.
Not to take your life. Knowing good damn well this man is gonna beat the shit out of you.
Like my first time ever, I tried a true Asian accent earlier, and Will was cracking up to the point to where he told me to go fuck myself because there were so many people staring at him because of how loud he laughed.
Yeah, I got one too. I call her Miss Fang, and it's a kind of racist one, but she is inspired by a real lady that I knew that ran like a little wash your clothes sweatshop little thing.
Yeah.
She used to say some shit.
Andrew Santino is my Andrew Santino is my inspiration.
There you go. That's a good one. Then it has to be a good one then. Miss Fang used to say some shit. I want to hear it. Let's do it. Do it.
Oh, hold on, because now I gotta talk about something else. Andrew Santino showed his butthole on their podcast earlier.
I don't think we've gotten that many viewers. I don't think I can get away with that yet.
Somebody said
maybe that'll get us viewers.
They said you're a redhead, and he goes, yeah. And they go, so what color is your butthole? Is it? And he goes, here, look.
No, I don't have enough viewers for that. I'm not funny enough for that yet. Can't just start with showing your butthole.
And why not?
I don't know. The guy who's giving me like insight into like the comedy world and everything, because I told him, he's like, all right, what are your sets? What are your strongest sets? And I told him like my 3 and stuff, and like I was like, I want to go with this one, and he was like, you don't start with that. And I was like, why, dude? That's like the best one I got. Like that one lands. So that one's funny, and like that was a build up. He said, but that one's you need like 15 minutes to tell the whole story about Giddy and the R word and everything. He said, I need you to be able to tell one in 5 minutes so you can just tell, be done, get off stage. I was like,
You
man, fuck
need
comedy.
one that you can do
Fuck
in
the
1
goddamn
minute.
rules. I have it 1 minute. I have that one's easy. That just the lead up, like, hey, let me tell a joke, I'm funny. That shit's easy.
Is it?
To a degree, I mean, the hardest part, honestly, and I've never to this point yet, I've never been on an actual stand-up stage. I did a lot of drama and shit like that growing up and stuff, so I've been on stage, so I understand. But the hardest thing for comedy, dude, is knowing your audience. Because just because I want to go out there and tell this one joke that I know is funny and has context and is good is not going to land in the middle of fucking Bricktown, Oklahoma on a Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. Because I got 6 drunk people out there and 3 people there to watch me. It's just knowing your audience. So like the hardest part is having 3 or 4 1-minute set jokes where you can just come up there and kind of kill the crowd. Or how I approach the crowd. Like I mean everybody there's a lot of big comedians that have like their same thing they say and do, and then they can open it up into something. And I have one that I want to try for my first time on stage and just see how it goes and see where it leads me.
That's what I was gonna ask. What's your opening line?
It's actually chat came up with it. So I'm gonna walk out there and oh, this is Heathen Negan. Hey, what's up everybody? How we doing tonight? Hey, everybody, just real quick, show of hands if you changed underwear today. Because I need to know who to leave alone, and these shitty jokes are not going to land on because you're shitty yourself. Like, or however, but yeah. Hey, who changed their underwear today? Because I really want to be like, hey, this guy, I fucking knew this guy didn't change his underwear. I could smell him from here. The musty, dusty ball smell. Like, I thought it was cologne.
Oh, the musty.
Not cologne.
Cheese.
Not cologne. Yeah, this man, hey, I got Axe, but it's not shower in a can. And then you can just lead into however you want to go with it.
Oh, you got
Because
cheese
that's
balls.
the other thing. I'm a responsive comedian too, and there's like you can do sets and like learn how you want to be and stuff. I'm a responsive comedian, so I have my jokes. I have what I want to talk about. I have where I'm gonna go. But if you give me something, I will fucking focus in on you. I will lead into that and make that
the
a way
Schultz
to
special.
come back to my stuff, dude. I love that kind of comedy. That is fucking.
I think
hilarious.
he's the king of that.
Matt Rife. You know who Matt Rife is?
I do.
I fucking love Rife, dude. And not
I
that
do.
all of them are like that, but sometimes when he hooks somebody, dude, the hook is so much better than whatever set he was going to do.
I think part of his is also the Riz. I think he be rizzing people while he
He'd
does
be
it.
rizzing people. And that's what my buddy Stefan told me too. He's like, you need to find your thing on stage. Like, what are you? I'm the negative fucking comedian, dude. I'm the one who hates every goddamn thing. Fucking hate it. I hate it.
Is that right?
Somebody has to be. Like, I'm that voice in your head that, like, you say
Everybody is.
like,
What do you mean
wow,
somebody has to be? Everybody's
wow,
negative.
Wow, dude, I really shouldn't have had that thought. I'm going to say that shit.
You're going to be their intrusive thoughts speaking out loud for them.
I am your intrusive thoughts. I am the things that people don't want to say. I'm that guy. And I just have to, because here's the other thing. Like, my whole life, I've tried to steer away from that because now, people don't like that. It's not even that I care what people like. Like, that doesn't get a good response from the world. Like, the world is shitty to you when you're like that. The world is cold to you when you're like that, unless it's for a comedic sense. Unless people can look at me and be like, you're just cracking jokes, talking shit, aren't you? Yes, dude. Yes. Yes, because I have to. Because if I don't, I'm depressed, guys. I'm walking around fucking miserable that my life has turned out the way that it has, and not because of anything like I'm sad every day for my kid because his life is difficult. I'm sad every day that I miss the 2 holes in my skull. I'm sad every day that, life is difficult for my wife, that she has 2 toddlers to take care of sometimes because I'm fucking useless. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not satisfied with where I'm at, so I'm gonna keep fucking going. And if comedy is the way that I can do that, dude, I would love to. If podcasting is the way that I can do that, I would love to. If I have to work in my fucking storage facility for the next 30 years of my life to get a good retirement so I can sit here with my kid, I got to.
That's not too bad though. That honestly sounds like a pretty good gig though to have for a lifetime career. It doesn't sound bad. It sounds
a bad job, dude. It's just like my biggest thing is when I gotta sell people shit when I know them. That hurts my soul. And like I
Yeah.
can be that outlaw heathen. It's like, oh man, it doesn't affect me at all. But like it takes a little bit of my pride away
Well,
because I wasn't able to save your shit. I wasn't able to save it.
it should, but that's just your morality. But you still have a job to do, and they
Right, and
understand
that's the
that.
other thing is like there's some that I don't feel bad at all because you fucking knew and I tried 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 and then it just never comes to fruition. But there are moments in life where I aspire for so much more and then I get stuck in the constraints of where I have to be. And that shit hurts.
You what?
What? Which
Say it
one?
again.
There are moments in life where I get stuck not being able to go like where I want to be because I'm stuck in the constraints of where I have to be, like what life actually needs from me in that
Oh yeah.
moment. Like I want to be more. I want to sit here. I want to pod more. I want to put up 75 shorts. I want to put up these detailed YouTube videos. I want to do the funny comedy sets with you. I want to be able to sit here and do that, but I have to go to work. I have to be Gideon's dad. I have like chat needs me. I like my yard's got to be mowed. I've been trying to
That
fucking strip and paint my house for a year and a half technically. Like it went through a whole winter half strip just last year. So like, dude, I'm needed so many other places that I'm never where I want to be.
that's why whenever you mow that lawn, you do 200 push-ups.
Fuck that guy too. Like, what does that make sense? Oh yeah, I got a flat tire. I'm behind on my push-ups. I'm gonna do 200 push-ups. How does that make sense? Because you're already hurting your time. Like that doesn't make any fucking sense. What you need to do is change the fucking tire, you dumb motherfucker. Like what you need to do is call AAA because you were driving somewhere that you probably fucking needed, and you're still probably fucking needed there. They're not gonna be like, you know what?
You're out there doing push-ups on the side of the interstate.
You know what? He got a flat tire. Well, he was behind on his push-ups. I
But-
bet he's getting them in
but-
right now.
but
What in the fuck is that your first thought process? Like,
But-
why do you give a fuck about your push-ups?
but
You have a flat tire.
it was very inspirational.
No.
It
No, because
was.
See, that's the thing. That's
It's
like
it's the
unrealistic.
concept. It's the concept.
It's the same way. Like, how are you gonna tell me that my kid watching Paw Patrol is a good thing? My kid now thinks the motherfucking German Shepherd is gonna go out here and stop crime. My kid thinks that every goddamn
It happens, though.
Dalmatian
Police
is gonna
dogs.
walk around and
Friggin'
fucking
idiot.
just put out fires. He thinks every bulldog is nice and they're not just gonna fucking slobber all over him because they're fucking bulldogs. He thinks dogs can fly. Also, who is
Put them in
funding
an airplane?
these
Of course they
motherfuckers?
can.
Why? How do they have all of this funding? Why is a 6-year-old in charge? Also, what the fuck is going on? Why
Be
does
more
the mayor
relatable
have
to
a
the
chicken?
kids. It gives the kids
Why
a
does
thing
the
to look
mayor
up
have a
to.
chicken? Why does the
It's
mayor have a chicken?
Chick-fil-A.
I'm not doing this. I'm not, dude. I have so many questions. With
I have an
like,
answer for every single thing you just said.
people
I gave a
trying to
realistic
teach
answer.
My kids and everything, and I'm just like, my kid now thinks that German shepherds are out there fighting crime.
Okay, but it also shows that for one, once again, police dogs, canine unit, they do that. Usually German shepherds. Anyways,
They're normally no, I will not let you fucking lie right there. They are not normally German shepherds. They are normally Belgian Malinois.
and German shepherds.
No. German shepherds are a select rare time where they actually had one that had all of the stipulations met that they needed and everything.
Okay.
Because they can't weigh so much and they can't be this big and they can't be this long. Like there's actual, they have to be able to fit through the smallest things to get in. Like there's rules.
Okay, and if
What
one made it,
screams
then that's
MILF?
Chase.
What screams MILF more than a hot mom twerking to Peppa Pig? I don't know. I was watching my wife shake ass to Bubble Guppies, bubble guppies, and I was getting bubble chubbies. It was going, dog. Yeah, it was serious. Bubble chubbies. Yeah, it was right.
So you were getting a chubby?
And laughing, yeah, because she was shaking her ass to Bubble Guppies. It was cracking me up. She was like making the sound bubble. I was dying. What's more 30-year-old than that? I don't
Okay.
know. Don't want to.
You know Coco Melon?
No, we don't watch that one. And not like the, because we tried it once. Giddy did not like it. He's really receptive to shrill, like higher noises and voices and continual
Yeah, they're horrible
movement.
with that.
Yeah. He likes high sounds, like yelling or like, oh no. He loves shit like that, like really interactive, and he loves flashing of colors. Loves it. That was the clip right there. What's wrong with Coco Melon?
She's the teacher. I love her.
Uh-huh.
I have a crush on
You
her.
love her?
Miss
She's an
Appleberry.
animated fake human being. What are you talking about?
But if you imagine what she would look like as a real life person, she looks really cute.
I don't cheat on my wife.
But you're not cheating on her. She's an animated
I don't cheat
character.
on my wife. I will go for full Bert Kreischer in this bitch. I do not cheat on my wife because
Then, fine, I'll just tell her what you did last Tuesday then.
yeah, because I built the set off of that too. Because everybody like my buddy Stefan was like, "Oh no, my wife needs to know these are jokes. You know, if someone in the crowd flirts with you, you know, like you have to be able to respond to that." And I'm like, no, because that's my set. I will explain to this lady like, "Hey, I get you're pretty. My wife is the daughter of the law, so she knows how to make bodies disappear more than anybody. So please don't do that. She has a degree in forensics. She'll kill us both. I love my wife." Stop hitting on me, lady. Like, don't do that. Like, she will kill us both. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want to die over you. You're not pretty enough. She's not pretty enough. Gotta make sure she knows, bro. Oh, what's that? She'll kill us both, ma'am. I'm not doing that. I fucked up. This lady, one, knows how to beat the legal system at every goddamn turn. From the attorney side to the actual criminal evidence side, she can get rid of herself. To the police side that her dad did for so many years. She knows how to commit murder. She will murder me. Murderly. She will viciously murderize me for flirting with you. You fat bitch.
I gotta stop.
You. An R, an A fat bitch.
I gotta stop psychoanalyzing you.
How are you psychoanalyzing me now? What'd you do?
I purposely didn't say anything to see like how you would respond to me not saying anything, and you just kind of kept like saying like a couple things over and over again until you caught fire or something else, and then you went on a whole nother little rant about it, and I just thought it was interesting.
That's comedy. That's how you comedy. Am I stupid?
I'm just listening to you. I'm not saying it's not anything. I'm just watching you go. And I'm just seeing how different things I'm just seeing how different things that I do react and how you react to them.
Murderize me.
And I'm really high, so it's cracking me up.
Because the other thing about comedy too is I'm a real bad focuser. I'll focus on one person. And it doesn't matter if you give me a good response, a negative response, what? I'm going to focus on you. And you're the only motherfucker I'm here to make laugh.
I was going to say maybe don't do that.
Huh?
I was going to say maybe don't be like that.
Why? It's not a bad thing.
It can be.
Huh.
Well, for one, if you stick on to one person, not only can it get dry after a moment, but you're also then it gets to a point where you're just picking on that one person.
No, I'm not. You took what I said wrong. I focus on one person, how they gave me a response. And then how I base what I'm doing, I always look back to that person. So
yeah, but you're not there for that one person. You're there for the whole room.
Yes, but they
so
gave
that's what
me
I'm saying.
The first response. They gave me the first response.
Okay,
so
but I'm saying you can't focus on one person. Though you got to focus on everybody. Because it's a whole crowd there. There's not just one person.
There won't be a whole crowd there, bro. The first time I stand on stage, I guarantee you there won't be more than 30 people in the stage.
Okay, that's still more than one. So
I can make more than one person laugh all the fucking time. I've been a comedian my whole life.
I'm just saying you can't just hyper focus on one person. That's all I'm saying.
You guys are gonna make me not want to do this.
The only thing
I already got brought up earlier.
If I say things, it is literally because I'm trying to help. So if you take it any other way, you can go fuck yourself.
It's not about taking it any other way. It's just not wanting to. One, I don't give a fuck to make myself look stupid because if anything, like I'm a comedian. Like the laughs are gonna come whether I look stupid or like if I look stupid and they laugh at me, cool. Like I did my job, they laughed at me. If it's funny and they laugh at me, cool. Like yeah, it doesn't matter. Like if you laugh at me, you're laughing at me, and I did my fucking job as a comedian. I came up here and you laughed at how stupid I was, like how bad I was, whatever the scenario is. So it's not that that's making me not want to do it. It's just the fact of like, you know who I am as a person. I hate being unprepared. And like not like, oh, this I have 3 knives on me at all times. Like in case something happens and I find myself in a fucking scenario with and all I got's my wallet on me, it's got a little fucking pocket knife in there. Trapped myself in a unit before and I had to use my little knife to slide the bar because it fucking slammed and went over and like had to actually get myself out of a unit. Like I hate being unprepared, bro. I hate wearing the wrong shoes for the scenario I find myself in, like wearing a pair of slides and having to get like stuck outside because my car broke down or something. Trying
It's
to
like
push
raining.
it inside, like I hate that shit. I hate being unprepared. So yeah, I got a pair of fucking Nikes just chilling in my car. Yeah, like I slide my shoes on, like all right, let me do what I like. I hate being unprepared. So like the fear of stepping up there unprepared because I don't truly understand comedy is the one thing I think that would stop me from doing it.
In high school, that was I was like that, and like all my friends was like that about one thing, and that was basketball. No matter what was going on, we always had a pair of shorts on, and we always had a pair of basketball shoes.
Yeah, you could always hoop. Like if it was
And
time, if somebody
like,
was like, hey,
yeah,
time to
dude.
go hoop, let's
Yep.
go. Let's go.
You were always ready.
I'm the same way.
Like,
if
hey,
the
we're gonna
shit
go
needs
after
to
school.
go
Cool.
down,
I didn't think we were doing anything, but I brought my shoes and my ball and everything's in my backpack, like in
it
the
needs
locker.
to go down, Zach. We're about it. Like, are you
Yeah.
ready? Yeah, are you fuckers ready? Because I'm ready. I'm
You
like
want-
about it ready.
You want to hear a compliment I've gotten the last 2 days? And when I first heard it, I thought it was an insult.
Those are the best.
Said my Gaelic is showing. And at first, I thought that was an insult. But apparently, it's I think it's something like a Scottish or Irish family. It's just showing like your like intensity, like to fight for whatever. Like to just say that I'm ready to go. I'm ready to fight.
So that came from Will.
Yeah.
I've never heard someone speak like a thesaurus. Thesaurus, however you say it, thesaurus.
Yeah.
Never heard someone speak like that
As you mess up a word.
correctly. Yeah, because that's the other thing. Like, I have a more so do you in a certain sense. Like I have a more expansive vocabulary than a lot of people, and like sometimes I'll say stuff and they'll look at me, and then I'll have to like think of what word did I use that wasn't the normal contextual word of the sentence. Like what word did I like throw some shit in there, and I'm like, oh, verbatim, like word for word, that's what you said. Oh, okay. Like verbatim, that's what you said. And people look at me like word for word, that's what you said.
I like I just think that word is weird. I just don't like it when people use it. Verbatim. I think it's a stupid word.
Verbatim. I love verbatim.
Yeah, like I'll use like some like crazy word that I don't even know the actual definition of, but I'll use it properly in a sentence. And then people are like, what does that mean? I'm like, I don't know, but it felt right. And I usually used it correctly if we go and look it up, but but yeah, that's kind of how mine works.
Yeah, no, I'll use some weird words, or like I like to say articulate and everything. I'm like, I try to articulate my words correctly, and people are like, what? I'm like, I try to speak correct. Like I try not to say anything that you're gonna take wrong, that you're ever gonna be like, well, this guy said this. No, I did not.
What's crazy though is that if you ever say like I'm choosing my words carefully, that just seems to make people angry for some reason.
Yeah, they're like, well, why? You got something you really want to say? And I'm like, no, I want to articulate my thoughts.
Yeah, it's like I just want to say it the right way and not say it like a jerk.
I don't want there to be ego behind it. I don't want there to be pride behind it. I don't want there to be malice behind it. Like 100%, I just want to say what I'm trying to formulate correctly. You
know how many times I've said like that exact thing and then gotten like a asshole response in return?
Yeah, every girlfriend I ever had, or ex-wife, until I met my wife, until someone actually was like, okay, then say what you want to say correctly. And I was like, thank you. Thank you. Like, honestly, I've met like 7 people ever in my life that like I'll say something and they'll look at me and be like, phrase that different. Because how you said it, you sound like a real fucking cunt right now. And then I'm like, okay, let me think. And then I'm like, oh, I know what I said wrong. Even you do it sometimes. You're like, you want to say that again? And I'm like, probably do, man. I didn't mean to like. I mean to be a cunt.
A prime example, I guess, would be. I was kind of joking, but I like actually felt like about it because I felt like my testosterone was flaring. Do you remember the other night whenever I yelled at you?
Did I yell first?
Well, yeah, you yelled at me and I snapped back at you.
About video games?
Yes, while we were playing
Apex?
Yes.
Yeah, because you guys don't fucking listen to me.
Dude.
I just want that part to be.
But here's the part: is that because I'm Pathfinder, I was literally the one that was right there behind you.
Yeah, I know.
I literally like grappled and like literally as
you.
you were going down the ramp, I was already up on top of the thing. But that's beside the point.
That is
it's just
my actual little brother there too.
I hear you. I'm just saying, when have you ever known me to like actually say something back? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
What was my response? I was like, true, 100%. You did your job. Just Jason didn't do his job. And he was like, yeah, I fucked up. I was on the other side. Fuck you. And I was just like, okay, little brother, as long as you can admit that is like, that is my little brother.
Like I'm not even trying to like necessarily discuss that point. I'm just saying like, just for example, for what we were talking about, like,
never be, because you're like, you're not gonna yell at me, and I was just like, that's fair. I wasn't yelling like at you like you're a dumbass. I was yelling about the situation, like, how the fuck do we die right there? I literally called this. I said they're gonna do this. Like, I'm yelling about the situation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I understand it. I just thought it was weird that I actually even said anything, because that's weird.
You know me
out
as
of character
too, because if I'm yelling at you in that moment, I'm gonna look at you and be like, "Fuck you! I am yelling at you. Like I'm gonna come at you." But like that was just me responding to a situation, and I'm glad to have people like you in my life that are like, "Hey, you're not gonna talk to me like that." And I'm just like, "That's fair, dude." Like even yelling at the situation, still I'm a dick doing it, and like you don't deserve that because you're my friend. Like you're a great friend. You know what I mean? Like, and even normal.
I'd say I'm an okay friend. I wouldn't say I'm a great friend.
Response. So like, it's good to be checked in that moment. Like, hey, don't do that. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's a stupid response because that shows my ass too. That shows my ass of being like, you can't fucking sit here and communicate effectively. Like, hey, Jason, you just lost us that. Hey, do you feel stupid? Do you feel like I specifically said, and Pathfinder's right here, dead next to me. We're boxed up, dude. We're next to each other. Fuck you. Fuck you. And I've never been good at like addressing just the situation. I always am like, well, this fucking happens every time. And, like, my wife hates that when I generalize things. She's like, you can't say that. You can't say, whoa, everybody else. Because she's like, who's everybody else, motherfucker? Who everybody else with a bitch ass? Everybody else who?
I would say probably one of my like, I think I've spent so many years like being angry at the video games that even though like I still get mad at them clearly, I've learned that if I don't try to just remember to like have fun and just play the game,
it's a game, yeah,
then I will play horrible. I'm not gonna enjoy myself. I'm just wasting my time. Yeah, dude. Like my shots are gonna my shots are gonna stop landing. It's not gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm like hit him.
I'm just not gonna be invested anymore.
Yep.
So like, yeah. So like, I'll hear like somebody sitting there yelling about it, and then that's why you'll hear me over there just going like, do 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 do, because I'll just be trying to like do anything to just kind of like just keep myself.
I love this game. I love this game.
Well, no, I won't say that because I know I hate it.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. You're like, well, you know, it happens like that. Predicate, Smurfs. I'm just like, fuck, dude.
Like, I know, like, one of the things that you really like is taking like the people doubting you or whatever, and like using that as your power or whatever. That's what I always felt like I was supposed to do, but I realized that I don't think that's what I'm not necessarily good at being like, oh, you punched me in the mouth, let me just bounce right back to an extent.
Get some blood out, look at him.
Because like, I don't know, man. Like if I start to get like that, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna take it out in this next game, I'm gonna be the first person to die. Like it's like I get too into it, and then I hyper focus on it, and then I just get shit on anyways. It's like I always fail to bounce back, like in video games, mainly.
Are you like in real sports too? Like if you get like pissed off, are you like, all right, you ain't fucking getting by me again? Do you like hit a foul, or do they get by you and you're like, god damn it? Are you the same way like that? Just video games mainly.
I would get pissed in sports, but if I got pissed in sports, it was at my teammates. Usually, like come on, bitch. Because I was always like really like calm about, because like they'd be like, I'd be trying to bring the ball up the floor, and there'd be 3 people on me, and they'd all be like fouling me or whatever, and like I would do my little moves or whatever, get past them, and then it was just kind of like that was kind of like I didn't have to say anything. I just broke all fucking 3 of y'all. Like,
where the fuck are y'all at, dude?
and then drew their big 2-man into the paint and then dished it off to my big man for a layup.
Yep.
Like, I don't have to say anything. They can sit there and talk shit. I don't have to sit there. The only guy that I ever talked shit to was in a Brown Street league, and the referee was laughing and then told me that it was funny, but if I said it again, he was gonna have to tee me up.
Tee you up, yep.
The dude was like slamming into me, and the ref was calling a foul because the dude was obviously like, I was like backing him at like half court trying to like look at the offense and everything.
Yep.
But he was slamming into me, so the ref like called it a foul. And like while he was slamming into me, I was like, this dude's trying to put his dick in my ass. I was like, are you gonna call this? And then the ref like blew the whistle and called a foul on him. And he was like, dude, yeah, he's like, bro, he's like giggling. He's like, dude, you can't say that. And I was like, as soon as I did that, I was like, all right, ref's got me. That was my thing, dude. Like,
we're good.
Like I always shook the ref's hands. If somebody would be like complaining with him, I was the first guy to like drag the dude away and be like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like,
the refs, I walk out there every time, slap their hand, fist bump them, be like, watch this. And then like, show me something. What's up? Especially if it was like my guy Vance, that he was my wrestling rep all the time. Like he did all of them and stuff. You ready to see this, Vance? Like, show me something. Show me something cool. But you also see, like we were talking about, like the competitive nature and shit. Like, not even the competitive part.
I just seem to strive when I stay balanced, I guess, is what it comes down to.
Which is weird because you're not a fucking, like, I'm a true Libra and I'm the opposite. Like, I immediately, when someone tips my scales, I tip them back the opposite direction to show them that I control the weight. And that's just an immediate response.
I try to do it, but I do it in a destructive manner. Like, I don't do it in a way that benefits me.
I do too, but I'm only going to destroy myself. And not even in the way of like destroying myself to where I'm not useful anymore, but I'm willing to die.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
whatever I'm trying to prove.
Well, even like related to back to the game, like that's what I'm saying. Like I go out there and I'm ready to like, but I ended up just destroying myself in the game. Like I don't end up doing anything. I just go out there and just die.
And those are the times when people are like, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that," and I'm like, "Watch."
It's kind of like whenever you see people saying like, "Oh, I could," like the big bodybuilders, like, "Yeah, I could be up a UFC fighter," and they're like, "Why?" And they're like, "Because when I get hit, I just black out." And it's like that guy's still gonna fuck you up. You blacking out is not going to save you.
Not gonna stop him. Like you're gonna black out as you hit the ground too. Like, and that's the other thing. What was that guy? Bradley, whatever his name.
That's what I was referring to.
Yeah, he was like,
I see red.
He was like, he was like Demetrius Johnson. He was like Mighty Mouse would fuck you up, dude. And he was like 125, 135 pounds. He's like, he's not gonna fuck me. He's like, he's gonna fuck you up, dude. And he was like, no. He's like, to train hand-to-hand combat. He's like, what if I got a hold of him? He's like, you got a hold of him, it might, change the fight a little bit, but like Demetrius Johnson is still one of the best wrestling, like anti-takedown ever. Like Mighty Mouse doesn't get taken down. That's the thing.
I think it was Joe Rogan said that he thinks Mighty Mouse is like one of the best UFC fighters of all time, like any weight class, like number one.
He could have went up or down 10 pounds either way and would have been one of the greatest 100%. So like, and that's the other thing, like, you go out there and you fight Sugar Sean O'Malley, like, dude, you're gonna think that you can just bull rush him and shit, and he's gonna like set up a feint, set up this, and then he's gonna hit you with one of those shots where you're just gonna go to the ground.
Is he really as nice as he seems? Like, I love him.
He's a cunt, dude. He's an ass. He's a terrible person. Like, he treats his wife like shit. He says a lot of dumb shit too. Like and I don't.
I mean, like as a fighter,
I would love to meet Sugar Sean O'Malley. Oh, as a fighter, he's very respectable in the mat. He understands.
But I'm saying, like, is he as good as what I think as what I think that he is?
At 125 pounds, yeah, dude. At 125 pounds, there's not too many people that are getting down there that are that combat ready. And he doesn't look like much, but he will sleep. Like, he is the absolute architect of where your chin's at. He'll find it. It might take a round or two, but he's gonna find your chin, dude.
And everything and anything I've ever seen, it's not. I didn't ever think that he was necessarily talking bad about his wife. I mean, I know they're in like a polyamorous relationship,
but
says
like some weird shit sometimes, and like people have painted him, and I want to take back, he's not a cunt, but like he has been painted in a really bad light right now, and he just kind of has this aura about him of like, I'm the best, but he's also the UFC, what is it, flyweight champion?
Yeah, he is now.
Is that what 125?
But also like I've seen him do a bunch of stuff with like.
To have that.
I've seen him do a bunch of well, yeah, and he'll even say that. But like
you have to have that.
Before even like he got the title and before he got like as big as what he is now, I've watched him hang out with like people that I've seen like on YouTube and stuff like that, and he
Mhm.
was just always like
He was a big Twitch streamer. Like
he was
when
always
COVID
just
happened for a while
chilling.
and
Like
shit.
he was always pretty funny. Like he was always open just about his life, and I respect anybody that does that. And
Yep, he's
I
always
always
got
liked
something to
him.
say. He's a pretty decent dude. He's getting painted in a really bad light right now, especially with this like, oh, 18-0, youngest UFC champ. Like, shut
But
up, shut up.
he also even like I said, like just from what I've heard him say, like in other videos and stuff like that that I've seen of him, where he's just hanging out with people, like he does that for a reason.
Yeah.
He thinks he wants to be the next he wants to be the next Chael Sonnen. He's like love me or hate me. He's like, I'm gonna be making money because he goes
yep, you're gonna know who I am.
because he was talking about like, imagine me and this guy like co-main event. He was like, that's gonna bring in some major money.
Yep. Just to see me out there, and like that's where you know your worth, kind of thing. And I think that's where
like he knows what he's doing.
struggled.
Like I think he's just chilling. I think he's just playing the game, getting his money up.
We talked about that earlier. Like, I think that's where I struggled. The Lions fucking won. Let's go, Detroit, baby. Let's fucking go, Motor City. Let's fucking go, Motor City, dog.
I said they were gonna win, and you said they were gonna lose.
I know, that's crazy. That's fuck. I will be the first to admit that I 100% said they were gonna lose, and 2 had absolutely no faith in Detroit to start this year. 100%. I'll be the first to admit it. It's Detroit, dude. I've watched them suck for 29 years.
Let's go, Ryan Gosling.
I've literally seen them be good 1 year. Let's go, Ryan Gosling. The Notebook. You're a stuck-up bitch.
That's like my mom was literally like, "Oh, it's so good for him to find time to do this after doing The Notebook." I was like, "Mom."
Sam, just stop. It's not funny. Get out of here.
It was so funny. It was so cool. No, like we just watched the first half together. It was chill.
It's like having that competitive. Oh damn! What time is it? Because I have to get into school and everything. I want to finish my thought and then we'll end this. But having that competitive nature, and I think I struggle with that because like these guys know they're champions, like knowing your worth and shit, and like even if they're not, they tell themselves every day, "You're the champion. You're the best. You're the great." And I think that's where I sell myself short because I'm the first person to look myself dead ass in the face and be like, "Shut the fuck up, Zach."
Negativity.
Yeah, I'm literally.
It's not as good as you think that it is.
Yeah, but I've always thought that to be a humbling experience, like a humbling moment, not a you're a piece of shit, you can't accomplish something. Because, like we talked about, on the same token, when someone says I can't do something, that's when I'm at my fucking best.
And remember what we also talked about, though, is that whenever you try to humble yourself too much, then you create an ego without even meaning to.
Yeah, but I'm only fighting myself.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to fight yourself. You should be at peace with yourself.
Nah,
you should just have to.
You're gonna open up another 30-minute conversation.
You should just have to fight the things that are affecting your family. You shouldn't have to fight yourself.
But maybe that's just a perspective thing, because in a sense, in my head, I'm fighting myself because there are, I don't want to say versions, but there are ideas of myself in my head that would be okay with letting myself like not pursue that, or let myself be okay with shooting and hitting just this low. That's what I'm fighting. I'm fighting myself on the fact of like, oh, I'm good, I'm safe. So okay, I gotta set a fire. Why? So you can move, so you can keep going, because this is not where you're supposed to stay. This is not where this isn't complacent. This isn't the end.
But it is. You just have to build the habit. It's not like the military where they break you down and build you back up. You have to break yourself down and build yourself back up.
But that's what I'm saying. If I'm the one that's setting the idea of where to stop, and I know this isn't where to stop, why am I stopping? I know this isn't where to stop.
It's not that you have to stop.
Yeah, so
but there's a difference in being at peace with yourself and having to stop.
No, I mean,
I'm just saying your main worry shouldn't have to be yourself.
I think this is just perspective, because drug court taught me how to love myself. Because I'm the first one that I'll walk in that same mirror and tell myself to shut up, but I'll also be like, hey, you did so much more than nobody said you could ever do, kid. Get up. It's not about not loving myself enough, or not like being at peace. Like, I know who I am. I know why I do the things that I do. I know what will make me make the decisions for this way or that way. I know why I'm going to choose what path that I'm going to choose. Like, I truly understand myself enough to love myself that I think I'm going to make good calls, that I think I'm going to make the calls that are going to be right. So it's not about not being at peace with myself. I just don't, I feel like peace and settling are the same thing. Where if there's chaos, there's growth. If there's a fight, there's something to learn. Like I think that's just perspective of like idealism. Because
Yeah,
for
but
me,
also like whenever I hear you say that, it also just sounds like
I
you're
need to
gonna
break
gas
things
out.
down better. Yeah, I need
Like
to
it sounds like you're
break
gonna
things.
gas out because like I think you can go into the piece a little bit, but if you're just always in the chaos, then I think maybe that can overwhelm you and stress you out at times whenever you're just gassing yourself out.
I was built in the chaos, dude. I have to be here. I want to be here. I don't want to be in the peace. The peace scares me. The peace, like
I hear you, but you
because,
gotta face your fears.
but my fear is not challenging myself. That's what I'm saying. That's like to sit in the peace and be like, oh, I made it. Everything's good. Life's great. Like, okay, we're here, happy. Yay! I
But I
love
think you can
everything.
challenge yourself in a way that's not like just so damning.
My soul. I should get to spend it how I want.
I mean, yeah, sure, we'll just never have a conversation ever.
No, but no.
No, I'm just saying, like I'm just saying that's what that kind of rebuttal implies. That's what
Yeah,
it
like,
implies.
I mean, like what you're saying is not. It's. I feel like we're all given the token of life, and it's how you spend it. And if I want to spend my life touching the fire to remind myself that that's gonna burn me, and you want to spend your life showering yourselves
Uh,
in the thing that make your soul feel good, just to remind you not to be negative. Like I think it's the same idea.
I'll
It's
tell
the
you.
same want.
I'll tell you what I told Will earlier, and that's next time on the Heathens.
Next time.
No, I forgot.
Oh damn.
No,
Well,
it's
that
a
was gonna be
cliffhanger.
like some spot
It was about to be because it
stuff,
was a really
man.
good thing.
I think we both chase the same thing. We just take different avenues to get there. I think you find solace in
Oh,
the understanding and the
I'm glad you said that. I
happiness
remember what it was.
to get there, and I find solace in the fire and the fucking things that burn me on my way.
I told him the way that I'm gonna see it is that anytime that I see something that brings me joy or that brings me some kind of happiness, then the people that I care about, I'm going to share it with them because I get really excited about sharing. I think I found out the reason why I get so excited sharing things with people is because whenever I'm sharing things with somebody, it's because it made me laugh, it made me happy, it made me, feel some kind of good way. So I share it with the people that I care about because I'm hoping that maybe it'll make them feel the same way that it made me feel.
Yeah, and I think
So
on the
that's why,
same
like,
token,
if you hear me just say things about my positivity all the time, and even though you don't feel that way, I'm gonna continue to tell you about it whenever it goes along with the conversation because maybe if it, like my it's just my natural response is to tell you something that made me feel better about that thing, and even if you
I
don't
don't
agree
think
with it, I just want to share it because it made me feel better. So I hope it makes you feel better too.
I don't think, and I don't want you to ever take me being a negative person by like design a bad thing. Like that, I'm like, oh, fuck your positivity, man. I love that you're positive, bro. That's what brings the same light
That's
to
how I
this
got here.
podcast that I do. Yeah, to your side. You know what I mean? Like, we
Positive
need the
ratings, yes.
pessimism to have the optimism. Like, we need you to come in and like tell chat, like, hey, it's okay. Like, not actual chat, but anybody, like, hey, yeah, this, and like pick somebody up. Whereas I think that there is a lot of people like me too that will look at it and be like, well, I ain't dead. Well, fire ain't killed me. I'm going right back into it, diving right back into that motherfucker. So, like, I think that we bring such good perspectives on both sides that we agree so much to disagree because, like, I'm all about the scars to get there, and you're all about the rainbows that you rode.
I'm all about using the scars to build a rainbow.
No, but I wanna use the scars to build a suit of
Fire.
armor. No, a suit of armor. I wanna be so scarred and calloused and hurt and everything that none of it affects me. And not that none of it affects me, but like I can't feel every emotion on my sleeve because then my son picks up on that. And I need to be able to categorize which emotions I think he should feel. So like you said, like I want to revel in the things that make me happy, but he makes me happy. So being around him is just like an upbeat time, upkeep time for me, where I'm just
I
happy.
I thought I could be the guy that was like, yo, I'm punk, yo, you can say whatever, it doesn't bother me. But at the end of the day, it's just not that. And I've realized that whenever I'm positive, I feel a lot better. And then whenever I'm around maybe a little bit too much negativity, I can like actively see it affecting me because I just don't have, I don't know if it's the strength or what it is. I just don't have that to like keep it up unless I keep the negativity away. So negative people make me depressed and sad, and
And that's why he only puts up with me. Cause it's the
but
opposite
but
for
it,
me,
so
dude.
it's almost kind of like with fruit. Like I know how negative he is, but you love him, so
It's like drugs. You got a little bit. You got to keep going. It's just that thing of like we both have, in a sense, the same wants. It's just how do you get there? What inspires you to get there? What lights that fire to get there? And for you, it's seeing all the beautiful things along the way that you touch and you created and shit. And for me, it's knowing that I was the villain in every single one of your fucking stories. And if I wasn't, you should have fucking made me the villain. Fuck you. And I love that shit, bro.
heel versus uh. Wow, I'm a horrible wrestling fan. Fuck you, Roman Reigns. I'll beat your
Yeah.
ass.
It's just one of those things, man, that like my trauma and learning from it isn't for you guys. It's for me and me only. So like I just want to I don't want to say revel in it, but I want to understand it and understand why I am the way that I am and why I chase the things that I chase. So on another episode of the Heathen Sound, we'll come back at you next Wednesday with a whole new idealism, a different word to compare.
Game night though tomorrow night.
Game night tomorrow. I have no idea what we're playing. Chat, I love you guys. Pleasure having you guys. Appreciate everybody that came out. Crow, it's good to see you. Chat, like always, love you. We will see you guys on the next one.